All right, guys. So, keeping with tradition here, our final topic is going to be our spoiler discussion and review of The Bad Batch. That's the Friday show right now. That's happening. Like during the Mandalorian times, that this is when the Mandalorian review would happen towards the end of the show. Like this, WandaVision, same thing. Falcon, same thing. So, keeping with that tradition, we're gonna talk Bad Batch episode 5, and Rick, I want to let me hear your quick thoughts on this one, and then I'll give my quick thoughts. Like, what did you think about this episode? What did you like? What did you dislike, if anything? Like, what were your thoughts on it overall?
It was good. It was more or less like kind of like what I would consider like a filler episode because there's a lot of episodes apparently of this, but I thought it was good. I've stuck with it, and I've never really been a big fan of like the animated Star Wars stuff, but I thought it was good.
Yeah, I mean, I would actually, I would agree with you in the sense that this episode, in comparison to all the other episodes, um, this one was the most fillerish.
Yeah, with
Like,
like the Rancor and all
yeah,
that stuff, and
because the only thing that really furthered the plot in any way, or brought any character development, was like that opening scene where they give uh Omega the comlink device. So like, okay, now she's part of the squad officially because she's
right,
got her comlink. So that was a quick bit of character development. But then the rest, like all the Rancor stuff, was just completely redundant. And then the end, though, at the very end, so they go through. I guess we should break down the episode first. So the whole plot of it, though, is they go onto this planet. They're trying to get. Honestly, what actually, I don't even remember. Why did they go here to see Sid? What was their driving
they're trying
factor
to get information
on
about Fennec Shand.
about Fennec? Yes,
Yeah,
that's what it was. I completely blanked on that. So in the previous episode, Fennec came in, tried to take Omega from them.
right.
So on this episode, they're trying to figure out who Fennec is and
Where she's from, who
yeah,
sent her.
exactly, the who, what, when, where, and why of Fennec. Why is she after Omega and all that?
Right.
So Echo remembers a contact that the Republic used to have. That would an informant rather who
For the
would
Jedi.
for the Jedi's back in the day during the Clone Wars and everything. So he remembers an informant. Their name was Sid. They go to the planet to see if they would know anything about this bounty hunter, and that's when it all essentially it just became a okay. Well, you do this for me, which is get the Rancor back, and then I'll give you the information you want. It was one of those, like a tit for tat situation.
Yeah.
So they get
And
there and then do what?
to anybody wondering too, that Rancor is not the same one that Luke killed in Return of the Jedi. That was Patissa. This one is Mochi.
Yeah. We were talking about that on the stream. We weren't
Yeah.
sure if it was going to be the
I've
same one or
confirmed that
not.
personally, yeah, that it is not the same Rancor.
Yeah. So interestingly enough, though, because that is one thing that happens in the show is you get a quick cameo by Bib Fortuna himself.
Yeah, and that's what made me think originally. I was like,
Yeah. Well, man,
Jabba's
because too,
Rancor.
like when Bib comes in to confront Sid, like where's the Rancor? Where's Moochie? Sid explicitly says to Bib, just like, hey, tell Jabba to cool his jets. Like, my guys are working on it. So like this was Jabba's Rancor to some
It was,
capacity,
but it wasn't the
but
same.
not that one.
Apparently, he's had
Exactly.
multiple. So
Yeah, I guess he just has he likes Rancor.
he likes Rancors.
Who can blame him? They're cool.
They're cool.
But
They are cool.
nevertheless, that was the only. I mean, aside from that, like I said, the whole stuff with the Rancor and all that was just kind of like it was good, it was not fillery for the most part. Nothing really happened. The only thing that might be relevant is like when they're in the situation where they're fighting the Rancor and everything. At one point, Omega ends up picking up the like light bow or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So seemingly like that may be her like new weapon of choice. Like that's going to be her thing,
Yeah.
Which if that is the case, then you could consider that the second bit of character development, I guess, for it. Like otherwise though, you could pretty much throw it all out and nothing would change, you know what I mean? Not that it's a bad thing. Like 'cause the episode's still a good episode.
Yeah.
Like nothing changes with like the fact that like I love like I've said this before, but I've always like never been a fan of the character models of Clone Wars and just any of it, like never liked the character models. But like ever since that final season of Clone Wars and then all through Bad Batch, man, that damn the scenic environments are like so well done.
Oh yeah.
You can just like This shot is amazing, like, the environmental, like, just animations and effects are incredible, and on Bad Batch, the character models are just far and away better than anything that was ever done in Clone Wars. Even though they're conceptually the same kind of character models, they've done they've done something to make them, like, look much more visually appealing to me. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's just me, but
No, they definitely are.
yeah, I don't know if it's just, like, shading and, like, maybe adding in
It's
some, like,
more realistic.
pigments. Yeah, everything looks a lot more real, like, 100%. Um, so that being said, though, nothing really too exciting during the episode other than, like, I guess they kinda did tease, like, some more stuff about maybe Wrecker's inhibitor chip maybe causing
That's what
some
I thought.
problems.
Like, cause there's multiple times in the episode where, like, he, like, holds his head and he's just like, "Ah, it's nothing. It's cool." But, like,
Yeah.
I feel as though that, like, down the road, it's gonna be some trouble for him.
Like, look at how crisp that shot looked, dude. Like, just look at this. I don't know why, this shot just stands out to me. Like, look at that look at how crisp this looks with him just, like, standing there in the
Yeah, and then,
background.
like, you got Wrecker there all, like,
Yeah, like,
blurred
I don't
out.
know what like, just the animation for it just looks amazing. Like, it's so like, they stepped their damn game up so good. Like, that looks so good, and it's just like a stupid little shot, but it just looks so good.
Yeah, they
Like,
did they
I've
did well.
yeah, like, and far and above I've been rewatching Clone Wars right now, so it's, definitely a compliment. I'm up to season 5 now of my rewatch, and that's when it starts to really pick up. Like season 4 and 5 story-wise starts to pick up. I think season 3 was when they first changed the character models a little bit, like, Obi-Wan and Anakin stopped wearing the armor, and, they just have the gauntlets now, and these regular robes, so, like, that was the first kinda switch up of the animation. It's a little bit better, but it's nowhere near of the quality of what this is.
No,
Like,
no, I
and
would
even
agree.
the final season of Clone Wars that Disney Plus did, it was pretty much like this. It was almost as good as this, but to me, this is even better.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, and it's, I just love watching it, honestly. Like, that's one I think it looks phenomenal.
I liked Wrecker fighting the Rancor where they're just,
Yeah,
like, at
dude,
the end of it, they're just, like, barely touching each other, but
that was funny.
yeah.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, just like, "Ugh."
They're just all out of it. Like,
Right? Just like, we're both just tired at this point.
it was a good little moment.
I thought, like, it's
And
gonna
there's
sound
her light
dumb.
bow thing.
I thought the Rancor was cute. I'm
Yeah,
just gonna say it.
I don't think it's very cute, but
Well, not, like, looks-wise, but, like, personality-wise, just, like, how it
yeah, I could see
whimpers
that.
and yeah.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. So yeah, but that scene was good. There are some good moments in it for sure. Nothing too mind blowing. I'm assuming this will be her weapon going forward.
I would think so.
So I think so. There's some development there a little bit, but otherwise not a whole lot to it. I think the main development here is at the very end, when Hunter is talking to Sid. She essentially threatens him. Like, 'cause she says, like, "A hunter of the stature of Fennec Shand coming after you guys, like, must mean that you all are pretty valuable, like,
Right.
hmm." And then, like, he turns around all like, "Well,
He, like, stares
like,
down,
what?"
like,
Like, yeah, like, 'cause she overtly threatened him, like, uh, maybe, maybe I'll let someone know where you are and, like, fuck you over kinda thing, like,
right,
so that's the biggest development of this entire episode is like, well, like this Sid person is essentially they're obviously going to pop back up and be blackmailing them at some point to do something
right.
because it's like it's going to be the kind of situation where it's like I need you to do this because if you don't, I'm going to tell so and so
Where
where
you're
you
at.
are
Yeah,
and what you're doing and all that kind of stuff. So I thought that was the biggest development because that could potentially lead to the most problems for them
sure.
and, so I'd be curious to see where that is. I say this every episode, but man, I still wanna know, like, where it is they're going with the show.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
because now they introduced the Fennec Shand thing last week, and then they continued that this week. They haven't gone back to the crosshair stuff. They haven't gone back to
They haven't
the
even mentioned him, yeah.
yeah, well, they
Well,
mentioned him
they'll,
for
like,
the thing.
mention him in passing,
Yeah,
but,
yeah,
like
yeah. They've mentioned him as a person, but not, like, what they're gonna do about him, if they wanna get him back, nothing.
yeah,
They haven't gone back to Camino in a couple episodes now, ever since, the prime minister mentioned having to make a new type of clone because of the Jango Fett material being gone.
yeah.
We haven't gone back to there since. Haven't gone back to Tarkin, like, so I don't know
Where they
what they're
going?
yeah, I don't know what they're gonna be focusing on still. Like, I really, like, hope that they go back to I mean, I really want them to go back to the crosshair stuff at some point. I'm imagining like, I said this too on stream, I think, like, if Tech is so smart and knows that they all like, he knows the inhibitor chips are in all the regs heads and in their heads, why don't he just disable them?
Right.
Like, why
Like, he's
didn't he
smart enough, you'd think he
Yeah,
could.
he knows they're there. Like, he I don't understand, like, why they don't just take them out. Like, it makes no
Maybe
sense to
we'll
me.
maybe we'll learn why.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm curious on that because 'cause you'd think, like, Wrecker keeps holding his head. He's smart he should be smart enough to know, like, maybe that happens to be right where that inhibitor chip is, so maybe we should take that out.
Yeah, right.
Maybe it's causing problems. Like,
They
who
did it to
knows?
Rex, like
Yeah, like, I don't know. And I really want them to dive more into the whole, Empire thing because I think that's a really interesting thing that it hasn't been explored yet, the rise of the Empire.
right.
So I want that to be done, and I hope it's done well. I think they probably will go back and cover all these things, but still, there hasn't been anything definitive that has really explicitly said, "This is what the Bad Batch show is about, and this
Right.
is our plot." Because they've introduced like, there's been a couple of different things they've introduced, like,
Yeah.
and it's just as life, some things get thrown at you, so you focus on that for a little bit. What I hope is that it does not become what, like, Clone Wars 1 through 3 was, where it's like they introduce the Cad Bane character, they do 2 episodes with him, leave it pretty much unexplained, like, they don't wrap up the arc, and then you
Right.
don't see or hear about Cad Bane again for a whole season, and then they pick up immediately after that episode that happened a season ago.
Yeah.
It's like, why didn't you just do the Cad Bane arc? Just do
Right.
do
Just
that ar
make it, like, multiple episodes.
Yeah, it's and they kind of corrected that in season 4 a little bit, but they still do it every once in a while. Well, they'll do, like, a 3-4 arc thing, and then they'll move on to something else, but then they'll go back another time. I just
Yeah.
want a more cohesive plot, like,
Right.
a cohesive timeline more so than anything, so
Yep.
but yeah, that pretty much it.
That's it.
I've been impressed with the show. I'm excited to
I
see
like it.
more. Like, I think it's good. So, I think that's about it for us today, guys. Rick, where can everybody find you online?
You can follow me simply at Sir Rick Metz on Instagram. Uh, I've got stupid shit I post, so come like
Yeah.
it.
I know the feeling, yeah, for sure. You can follow me just right here at Sir Rob Bifo on all platforms, other than like I believe on YouTube it's just Rob Bifo, but everywhere else, social media wise, it's Sir Rob Bifo. So there's that. And then again, guys, don't forget you can submit topics and questions for us to address here on the show. Or, if you got a request for a collectible to review, or if you just any sort of weird stuff, we want to believe content, anything like that, just
We
shoot it
need that.
over. Yes, true. But shoot it over to honestanduneducated@gmail.com and we will address it if it is deemed appropriate for the show, obviously. And then our collectible reviews go up every Wednesday. As I said on the top, latest one was my custom Revan mask. So that is up on the channel now. And there's a whole playlist of just all the collectible reviews. So you can go check those out. And then every Friday we do our live streams. So it's around 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern times when we go live. So come hang out with us there. We talk figures, we talk Bad Batch or whatever show just ended there that day because it's on a Friday, obviously. So come hang out with us there, chat, what have you, what have you. And then don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, all that sorts of fun stuff. Go subscribe to the podcast on Spotify, iTunes, or whatever. Just search Honest and Uneducated, and it is there. But guys, until next time, take care.